Yo, what's going on, you guys? Your boy Ben Mahari here, representing Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. Much love to the entire LDBC and the entire basketball community. If you want more basketball content, tune in to Basketball Conversations every Friday night, 9 p.m. Central Time. This is where we discuss basketball-related topics, news, debates, and everything else in the world of basketball. I am officially back, so prepare for a loaded week of a lot of content right here on this channel, too, guys. So make sure to get your notifications up. Get them all ready because we're going to be jam packed smashing. All right. So I know this is going to be a little bit late, a day late or something like that, but better late than never. So the NBA yesterday released their 2020 MVP candidates for the 2020 MVP award. Okay, so the three candidates that they have selected for the MVP race, um, which they're going to do it during the telecast of the playoffs. Okay, the three men that are now in the running for the MVP award are Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks, LeBron James of the Los Angeles Lakers, and James Harden of the Houston Rockets. Okay, now these these guys are going to be selected who's going to be winning the MVP. But the way that the NBA is going to do it is that they're going to be judging the players on their overall work during the 2019-2020 season, but up until the pandemic started, when they basically had to shut the whole league down for about a couple of months. Um, but they're going to be trying to include include award based on fair process, which includes players and coaches from all 30 teams. Okay, so here's how they're going to pretty much do this. Okay, they're going to have maybe a selected group of players. We're going to have a selected group of media members that are going to be doing this in a fair process to where they're going to judge the players based on their totality of work throughout the entire 2019-2020 season. Okay, and I don't know how they're going to do it in terms of the whole quarantine period, but I'm sure that's going to be partially in the conversation. But I hope for is that they're going to probably judge it on the entire overall work right up until the pandemic, and then probably consider some of the stuff in the quarantine period too. I think that's how they're going to pretty much do it. But here's my 2 cents on the whole thing here. Okay, these are three guys to me that are really in the running to really in the running to win the MVP award, and they're both three MVP caliber players. Now, I'm gonna just say this on the side note: be aware of the mass media like ESPN and Fox Sports, all those guys to try to perform a huge campaign to get LeBron James the MVP award. And beware of all of the trigger points and bogus arguments that they're going to throw out there to try to get LeBron the MVP award. All right, because that's what they normally do every single day. So be aware of that and don't fall in for that trap. Okay, so let's get to this conversation here. I really think that to me that all three of these guys are very worthy of their MVP awards. Okay, but to me, I believe that the person that deserves MVP the most, in my personal opinion, is Giannis. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you why he deserves the MVP than LeBron, then in James Harden. Okay, what Giannis was able to do last year to when he won the MVP was phenomenal. Okay, but and also the thing that I really loved about what Giannis did this year is that he set career highs in points, rebounds, 3 points, 3 point shots per game, and he basically has increased his assist. Okay, and the thing that I really loved about what Giannis was able to do is that he took his game from MVP ladders from a year ago, and now has ranked it up to another level. Okay, and I really think that to me, I think that Giannis's ability to impact the game with his drives to the basket and his ability to lead and make his teammates better really has been the marquee point of what he's been able to do for the Milwaukee Bucks this year. Okay, the thing that I really enjoyed about his game was that he never really put the spotlight on himself a lot. He tried to incorporate everybody while still unleashing his full MVP arsenal. Okay, and anytime that he's faced against James Harden and LeBron James, he's had outstanding performances against those three guys. So I think that when he helped lead the Milwaukee Bucks to their best record in the Eastern Conference when they went 55-14. Okay, I think that to me it really shows the landmark of what he was able to do about the team. Okay, I think that Giannis is more worthy of the MVP. Now, on the LeBron side of things, okay, I think that LeBron is gonna get some consideration for MVP, no doubt, no doubt. What he's been able to do at his advanced age of 35 has been outstanding. He's already won 4 MVP awards, okay, and he's already had 3 NBA championships in his resume. And what he was able to do, this year, despite the fact that he did not pass the 30-point mark, okay, he was able to match his career high best of assists with 10.3 assists. Now, it does help when you also play with another great superstar, Anthony Davis, which I'm very surprised that he's not in the MVP conversation, despite leading them in every statistical category. You know what I'm saying? I think that it really, to me, um, even through the injuries that he's kind of battled through, okay, um, LeBron was able to do what LeBron does every single night. All right. Now there are times where LeBron doesn't always particularly show up when it's needed most, but his consistency night after night is really warranted of his MVP case. But I'm not happy that Anthony Davis is not in the conversation, and I'm going to make a separate video about that. Okay, but I think that it's not. I would not put it against anybody if they put LeBron James in the MVP conversation. I just think that Giannis had the better overall year than LeBron did, just in my personal opinion. Then we get down to James Harden here. Okay, the one guy I cannot stand, but I have to respect because he's one of the best scorers in the NBA. Okay, now look, James Harden was able to pick up where he left off when he won MVP in 2018. Now, he averaged 34.3 points per game, which is basically the second highest mark of his career. Plus, he showed a little bit more of his overall game when he grabbed 6.4 rebounds, 7.5 assists, and 1.8 steals per game. Okay, now what might hurt the his case for MVP was is that how the team has been able to go as far as been able to do in the postseason. Okay, now this is his opportunity to try to shut all of his critics down and get his team to a championship. All right, I don't think that's going to happen because the small ball lineup that D'Antoni's been trying to enlist on his team is not going to work. I promise you that. Okay, yes, yes, James Harden was able to lead them in scoring. Yes, he was able to show a little bit more of his overall game when you have Russell Westbrook also as your teammate. But I think what he falls off the mark was is that his numbers to me, his numbers to me duplicated a lot of losses to me than wins from my perspective. Even though they're the fourth best team in the West, okay. I just think that the overall teams, their weaknesses are going to get exposed during playoff time, and I think that you know, James Harden is going to have to provide a lot more scoring, and I just don't think that. I think that based on how the team performed throughout the year, there are times where I felt like there's sometimes that James Harden and his teams didn't come out to play night after night, and they would lose to some subpar teams. Okay, they always play well against the really good teams, but there's always a lot of inconsistency to these Rockets, and I just think that to me, I think that James Harden is going to finish at least third in the MVP poll. To me, it's Giannis first as my winner, LeBron second, and James Harden third. That's how I kind of see it. Now I know there's going to be a lot of people that have a different case and different argument. If you have a good logical argument that makes sense, I'll take into consideration and say, hey, you make a good argument. But I'm firm in my belief that Giannis had the better overall year, and plus he led his team to their best record in the Eastern Conference and perhaps in the NBA that year up until the season stopped. And so I think that to me, you helped lead your team in every statistical category, increased it after your MVP year, and led your team to the best record in the East again. That to me deserves MVP. Deserves the MVP award. All right. That's just how I personally kind of see it, though. I know there's going to be a lot of different people that kind of have a different take on it, okay? But I'm very interested to see what you guys think. Who do you think think should win the MVP award. If you present a very good logical argument and present facts of the matter, I won't make a fuss about it. I probably would disagree, but you know what? If you state your case, I'm all for it. I just will not respond to the fanboyisms. I'm just not in the mood for that. Okay, so let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Who do you guys think should win the MVP? Do you think it's Giannis, LeBron James, or James Harden? And trust me, I'm going to make a video about Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis not being included in the MVP conversation is just a total disgrace. And if this keeps up, he might leave LA because not just because of this, but because of the LeBron fanboyisms from the media and fans that's going to drive him out of Los Angeles if they don't win the title. But stay tuned for that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Peace.